All right, we're back on Mogul Radio. I'm here with a special guest, a brother of mine. His name is StrappedUpP. He's teaching self-defense to Black people, to anybody in America who wants to protect themselves, wants to learn about how to defend themselves, about different types of weapons and different things they can do in different types of scenarios. He's out here spreading awareness and education. He's creating content as well, which will plug in his YouTube and his IG. But without further ado, I'm going to let the man speak for himself. Go ahead and let them know who you are.
Hey guys, what it do? So they call me StrappedUpP. My real name is Troy Browder. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I'm a big 2A gun enthusiast. I'm all about self-defense. I'm all about Black empowerment with firearms. It's always been such a negative stigma on Black men and carrying guns. So I'm out here spreading the firearm safety and how important it is to have a firearm, because you might never have to use one, but it's just too tragic if you get caught out here in these streets without one. So I preach self-defense, I preach self-awareness, and most importantly, no lacking. You can find me on YouTube, subscribe at StrappedUpTV, all one word. You can find me on Instagram at StrappedUpTV, all one word. And if you want to follow me on Facebook too, it's Paris, Peris, Browder, Browder. And don't be shy to hit the button, subscribe, and follow me. I'm always uploading new content daily.
Awesome. And so, Pete, you're out here changing the narrative of what gun ownership looks like, about what Black gun ownership looks like, and also creating the conversation, about the Second Amendment and things like that. So can you go in a little bit of detail and, just give us a brief, maybe a backstory on how you got into this?
Well, I've always liked guns. I've always been fascinated with guns and how they work. But what really got me into this was just, seeing how bad it is in the city and, understanding that, having some kind of training and having a firearm is just vital to today's times. Regardless of if you live in a really safe environment, you can still be face to face with the bad guy because you live in such a safe place, and it's easier to get into those kinds of places without, a lot of force. So, it's vital to have a firearm and know how it works. You may never have to actually use one, but, the old saying is you'd rather get caught with it than without it, because, if you give the bad guy everything he wants, but he's still putting your life in danger, then you don't have many more options. So, it's just important to carry. It's important to get into good habits because, times are getting worse. People are getting more desperate. So, you just want to always be alert and be ready because, it can be like that someone comes and tries to take everything you got. And, you can't always give it up. You can give everything up and still might have to give your life up too. So, the choice is yours. A lot of people are uncomfortable with carrying, but I'm sure it's even more uncomfortable to be in the body bag for your family because you couldn't defend yourself, and having a gun and not getting training and not knowing firearm safety, all of that is important. I don't tell anyone to go out and buy a firearm without first, having set up some kind of training with a certified, verified instructor. You can't just go out and get Joe Blow that, does some stuff on YouTube if he doesn't really know firearms or he doesn't teach safety that, you can verify. So that's very important. It's just about safety at this point because you don't have to look on the news to know that it's getting worse. But I tell you one thing that the news doesn't tell you is people that carry concealed they stop a lot of bad guys. The news doesn't tell you this because it doesn't necessarily go with their narrative. So, they don't tell you that the more guns out there, the more safer people are, because the only people that follow gun laws are law-abiding citizens. Criminals care nothing about, you know, gun laws, so they're going to have them regardless. So, you have to, if you can, carry, because it just puts you in a more better position to be able to give some kind of resistance to the bad guy if you need be. You might not never have to get into any kind of situation with your firearm, but in this day and age, you need one.
Okay, well, that brings me to my next question. There are some people who, for whatever reason, might not be able to get a firearm, might not be able to, depending on the laws or, certain background, things. Do you have any non-lethal type of weapon that you would recommend for just the average everyday person? Maybe it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a gun.
Yeah, well, first off, the number one top thing that I recommend to everybody, whether you carry a firearm or not, is some kind of OC spray. People call it pepper spray, whatever you want to call it. One thing about pepper spray is when people see it come out, they know that maybe I should chill out what I'm doing, because when you get hit with pepper spray, you're going to be feeling the effects of it 30 minutes later. No amount of water in your face is going to wash away the sting that's in your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Another good thing that I carry is maybe some kind of baton in my car, some kind of hard object that you can get out and hit somebody upside the head with. It definitely can stop an attacker. Last on the list is a taser. I don't really recommend tasers too much, but they're a good tool to use if they're charged up. But a taser is also something very good. But my number one thing is OC spray off the top.
Okay. Do you have any tips for women, girls right now? Halloween season's coming up. There's going to be a lot of parties, a lot of outdoor events, a lot of college, high school stuff going on. What type of advice do you have for women who are going to be going out this Halloween and this fall?
Well, my number one rule is when you're going out, you're partying, you're socializing, you want to go in pairs. That's very important, to go out with more than one person. And I say that mainly because you can have more than one set of eyes paying attention to what's going on. A number two rule is to always, always be armed. I mean, as a woman, you're already, physically really not fit to, handle a man if it comes down to he's trying to physically hurt you. So, you always want to have some kind of tool that can equalize the fight.
Like the pepper spray you mentioned, or the baton.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Even if it's not a firearm, that I'm telling you, if you hit an attacker with pepper spray, you're gonna get yourself enough time to at least run across the street and yell for help. You know what I'm saying? And you're just trying to get those few split seconds where you can get away from somebody. That's all we're trying to gain in the self-defense situation. Them few split seconds where, we can react. So, having pepper spray could definitely, pull somebody out for you. And just, as a person, but especially as a woman, because, women are stalked more, women are attacked more because they're less physically capable. So you just, you want to have that self-awareness, you want to be paying attention to what's going on. When you're transitioning from the outside to your car, you want to, make sure what's at your six, what's behind you. You want to be paying attention, because it's that split second where all your focus is on unlocking the car and getting into it, that attacker comes and he grabs you. You know what I'm saying? He's just waiting on that 1 second that you take your focus off of your surroundings, that, he can make a move. So you just want to be paying attention at all times. And don't leave a drink down somewhere walk away from it, then come back and get it. Never do that. Women, men, anybody, if you leave your drink at the bar or you leave your drink on the table and you take your eyes off of it, that drink is lost. Don't touch the drink. That's a big tip for everybody.
Yeah, I feel like that's rule number one, like that they teach you when you first start partying.
Yeah,
definitely got to be reminded though, because we get comfortable when we're out. When we're, getting turned. You let your guard down. It's very easy. But
yeah, facts.
That's great info, P. It's great having you on the show. Can you let our viewers know where they can see you, where they can follow you online?
You can follow me and subscribe to my YouTube and Instagram at StrappedUpTV, all one word. And don't be afraid to subscribe. Hit that like button. Send a comment. Tell me how you feeling. I love critiques. I love, people's opinions, because I'm here for the people. So if you see something and you want to talk about it, hit me up. I'm always dropping new content. Always be on the lookout. I got merch coming in. Just be on the lookout. StrappedUpTV, all one word. You can subscribe to my YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram. Everybody be safe. Stay aware, stay strapped, and the most important thing is firearm safety and no lacking.
Awesome.